fungible.
The ability of a good or asset to be readily interchanged for another like kind. Time has this property. Let me show you. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Here's my average weekday. First, let's fill in the thing that absolutely needs to happen. Sleep. It's critical that I get 8 hours of sleep every day. Without it, there's no way I would be able to do everything I want to do. For now, let's put it at 12 p.m. to 8 a.m. like a normal human being. Next, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I do schoolwork. These 6 hours are non-negotiable. Through trial and error, a lot of error, I've found that I need 6 hours a day, 5 times a week to be able to keep up with my university workload. Next, I need to have at least 1 workout a day. This is also non-negotiable because of health and because I enjoy it. But where can I fit in this workout? Because after school, I'm usually pretty tired and don't feel like doing something active. And if I wake up at 8, there's no way I can fit in working out, showering, eating breakfast and meal prepping before having to be at school. So here's where the fungibility of time comes in. The fact is that you can take hours from one part of your day and move it to another part of your day. And that's what I did. The hours 10 to 12 used to be totally worthless hours, unproductive hours, Netflix hours, social media scrolling hours. So what did I do? I just moved them to the start of my day, like so. Sleep. Now I wake up at 5:45 a.m. Let's call it 6 a.m. for the illustration's sake. All of a sudden I have 4 hours of free time before school. And I can easily fit in 2 hours of training, showering, breakfast and meal prepping for the entire day. Health. Now all that's left to do is fill in the hours after school, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Other than eating dinner, here is where I try to fit in some creative work and or get some creative inspiration. So every day without fail, as soon as I get home, I film my TikTok and Instagram reel for the day. Then I eat the dinner I prepared for breakfast. After that, I either film, edit or write scripts for my YouTube videos. If I had a particularly tough day at school and feel really burnt out or exhausted, I occasionally put on a movie. Not to relax, but to get some inspiration. Writing down ideas in my notebook as I'm watching. But no matter what I'm doing, I always make sure that at 9 p.m. I stop everything I'm doing, turn off all the screens and read for 45 minutes before falling asleep. Tonight I'm actually gonna start on a new book, Essentialism. I've heard some good reviews about this, so yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so if this is my average weekday, what does my weekends look like? Well, for the most part, exactly the same. Except I get to swap out schoolwork for what it is I really want to do. Creative work, making videos, working on my YouTube channel. In an ideal world, this is how every day would look like. But for right now, I'm just keeping my head down and grinding both school and social media. In 1.5 years, when I'm done with my master's degree, I'm gonna have to reassess and see which road to go down. Steady 9-to-5 job with a good salary or a more unreliable creative path. We'll see. Now, when it comes to partying and stuff, it's not really my thing. I mean, it's fun every once in a while, but it messes everything up. I'm such a habit-based person, so I hate breaking my routines. But probably like once a month or something like that, I do go out. For instance, next week I'm going to a concert. That's gonna be fun. Now lastly, I'm gonna answer a few questions I think people might have about this schedule. Firstly, I wanna say that I've been practicing this time is fungible rule for quite some time now, but I never had a name for it. That was until very recently when I watched an old Casey Neistat video and he said,
time is fungible.
So it's not really my quote to claim, but sometimes you just gotta... Okay, first question, money. How can I afford not to work? Well, in Norway we have very solid infrastructure and a good welfare system, so as a student you can get a loan and a stipend. Also, while I took my bachelor's degree of 3 years, I lived at home with 0 expenses, and I worked a lot of hours at a part-time job, so I managed to build up a pretty good buffer in case anything unexpected happens. I also started earning a tiny bit of money on social media, but none of that go to my living expenses. I just save it up and reinvest it into new equipment and ideas and stuff, you know. Next question. Don't you get lonely? Nah, not really. I really enjoy my own company and I just like making videos. And right now all my friends, they don't really share the same passion, at least not to the same extent. I still love them very dearly, but for right now I just want to grind, so there's not really much time for social activities all the time. And that's also why I've been hesitant to date too much. If I get a girlfriend, some hours of the day must be taken from one part of the day, right? Something has to be sacrificed. Either sleep or health or school or creative work. For right now, I don't want to give any of those up. It will probably change in the future though. Another question you might ask is, how do you stay motivated? Motivation is kinda BS. Discipline is much more important. If you just decide to do it every day, whatever it is, it's just a routine, a habit. You don't have to think about whether you feel like doing it or not. It's just a part of your day. A long-term motivation might be useful though. Something so far out of your reach that it almost makes you delusional to want it. I like the feeling of chasing that a lot. Alright, that's it for today. Bye!